Imagine dying in ancient China and still looking better than most people do in their Tinder pics. This ain't sci-fi. This is Lady Dai, the 2,000-year-old woman who basically said, "Nah, decomposition is for peasants." And the weirdest part? She's not some random mummy from a forgotten corner of history. She was a celebrity in her time. Rich, powerful, married into the elite. Basically, the Kardashian of ancient China, except instead of reality TV, she left us her entire, still intact body. So, Lady Dai, real name Xin Zhui, lived during the Han Dynasty, around 200 BCE. She was the wife of a high-ranking official named Li Kong. This wasn't some dusty backwater. The Han Dynasty was one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. Paper was being invented. Silk trade was booming. And if you were rich like Lady Dai, life was basically an endless luxury buffet. And Lady Dai? She loved that buffet. History says she had it all. Mansions, servants, fine clothes, and she knew how to enjoy it. But being royalty in ancient China didn't come with a gym membership. Records show she was into rich food, music, and maybe a little too much chilling. But here's where the story starts getting weird. Around her 50s, Lady Dai dies, probably from heart problems. Not shocking when your diet was basically pork, wine, and zero cardio. But what happened next is where things get spooky. Her husband, or maybe a team of the most extra funeral planners in history, arranged a burial so insane, it accidentally turned her into a 2,000-year-old time capsule. Lady Dai's death wasn't just a footnote. It was a reflection of her era's medical limitations. In the Han Dynasty, medicine blended herbal remedies with spiritual beliefs. If you were sick, your treatment might involve acupuncture, medicinal wine, or ritual prayers. For the wealthy, doctors would be summoned to your home. But their understanding of heart disease was non-existent. Rich diets heavy in meat, salt, and alcohol made conditions like hypertension inevitable. Ancient Chinese texts like the Huangdi Neijing spoke of balancing yin and yang for health, but couldn't diagnose or treat cardiovascular failure in the way we can now. The autopsy on Lady Dai revealed blocked arteries and a gallstone, suggesting years of poor circulation and digestive strain, a fatal combination in a world without surgery. Even her final meal, melon, might have been a summer luxury that coincided with her collapse, given that foodborne illnesses were common in warmer months. This context transforms her death from an isolated incident into a case study of how lifestyle, privilege, and the limits of ancient science intersected. Lady Dai was placed inside 4 nested coffins. Not 1, 4. Each sealed tighter than a conspiracy theorist's internet history. She was wrapped in 20 layers of silk. And then, here's the kicker. Her tomb was filled with a mysterious liquid. Scientists still don't know exactly what it is. pH neutral, slightly acidic, maybe some herbal tea in there. Whatever it was, it basically said, "Bacteria, you shall not pass." Then they buried her 40 feet underground, in an airtight chamber lined with charcoal and clay. Zero air, zero moisture change. Basically, the ancient Chinese invented cryogenic freezing without electricity. Fast forward 2,000 years to 1971. Construction workers in Changsha, China, are digging an air raid shelter when they hit something solid. Turns out, they just broke into the richest woman in Han China's underground mansion. When archaeologists opened the coffins, they expected bones, maybe dusty fabric. Instead, they find a fully intact woman, skin soft, joints flexible, blood still inside her veins. Type A if you're curious. And her last meal? Melon. Yep, her stomach still had melon seeds in it. Imagine surviving 2 millennia, and the thing you're remembered for is she really liked fruit. The discovery was chaotic and thrilling in equal measure. The workers who stumbled upon the tomb had no idea they were about to change archaeology. Local officials quickly called in experts, and the site became a controlled dig almost overnight. Excavation teams had to work in humid summer heat, balancing preservation with speed to prevent sudden decay from exposure. The air inside the tomb had been sealed for over 2 millennia, so when it was breached, the shift in temperature and oxygen levels risked damaging everything inside. Archaeologists documented over 1,000 artifacts alongside Lady Dai, many so delicate they had to be stabilized on the spot. Word of the find spread internationally, with scientists from around the world requesting access. The Chinese government tightly managed what could leave the country, making Lady Dai not just a historical marvel, but a point of national pride. Her body was eventually moved to the Hunan Provincial Museum, where climate-controlled conditions mimicked the tomb's environment. For decades since, she has remained one of the most studied and visited archaeological finds in Asia, continuing to reveal details about ancient Chinese life, diet, and burial practices with each new analysis. Scientists went nuts. This wasn't mummification like Egypt. This was preservation on another level. No one has fully cracked how her body stayed like this. Was it the liquid, the airtight tomb, ancient skincare routine, or just a freak combination of all three? Either way, Lady Dai has become the gold standard for ancient preservation, which, again, she probably didn't plan. She just wanted a VIP send-off. The preservation baffled experts because it defied every known category. Egyptian mummies are dehydrated, bog bodies are tanned by natural acids, and ice mummies are frozen. But Lady Dai is none of these. Her tissues retained moisture, her organs were intact, and her skin was pliable. Tests on the coffin liquid revealed trace elements of magnesium and mercury, both with antimicrobial properties, along with plant compounds still unidentified. CT scans in the 2000s allowed researchers to virtually unroll her body, examining the state of her arteries, lungs, and even muscle fibers. The level of detail has provided rare insights into Han Dynasty disease patterns, diet, and embalming experiments. Scientists have speculated that the burial site's geology, dense, water-resistant clay and low seismic activity, acted like a natural vault. The consistent temperature underground prevented microbial surges, while the charcoal absorbed any stray gases or toxins. Every factor aligned by chance or design, creating an environment so stable that the decay process slowed to a crawl. In essence, Lady Dai's preservation is as much a triumph of ancient engineering as it is an unsolved scientific puzzle. So here's your brain warp. We live in an age where billionaires are spending billions to try and cheat death. Elon's got his Neuralink. Scientists are freezing heads. Influencers are drinking $50 green juice. And yet, a 2,000-year-old Chinese noblewoman accidentally beat them all, with silk, clay, and maybe some mystery tea. Which makes me wonder, if Lady Dai could see the world now, would she be impressed or just really annoyed we keep staring at her?